High school and college groups in Africa are truly a thing to behold. You find the strangest and most diverse groups of individuals bonded by shared interests, primal human desires, and the generational traumas we all share as Africans. For my fellow African folks, this might be the most relatable piece of content you have ever consumed. And for my Western and Eastern folks, buckle up, because you're about to experience college and high school groups in Africa like never before. First, we have the influencers. This group is becoming way more common now than it ever was, because these days, it seems like it's everyone and their grandmother's dreams to become a full-time content creator or influencer. And I'm actually glad so many people are having a go at it. Building a platform where you can express yourself and your interests is a true modern-day art form, but it also has its downsides. You see this a lot with girls, but guys do it too. I mean, they'll always have their cameras out recording everything everywhere, doing random TikTok dances and making overly romanticized Instagram reels about the college campus life. But then again, one thing about these folks is that they're always wearing the fly strip and they're so well put together. And this is mainly because they have to uphold an unrealistic and overly perfected image of themselves to social media. And so these people, unlike our next group, are actually oftentimes very popular. People literally love them and look to them as a reflection of the ideal lifestyle. I mean, they actually have real fans that love and admire them, but with that comes a lot of chaos as well. See, their private lives are often put on display, and so the tiniest, most minute mistakes they can make are often turned into massive online dramas and scandals. Massive love and support from the fans can turn into enormous waves of online hate that can do serious damage to one's mental health. And so from the outside looking in, they have perfect lives, but in reality, their mood, self-worth, and mental sanity depends entirely on their fan base and the infamous social media algorithms. So second group, we have the clout demons, also known as the fakers. These are the kinds of people that peaked in high school, and not for the right reasons either. So they are completely addicted to the pursuit of external clout and validation. These guys will do literally anything and everything just to fit in with the cool kids. They'll literally do things like buy thousands of fake followers online just so they can appear more popular. They'll lie about how they come from a wealthy family and their dad owns a fucking airport or something, and they'll buy fake jewelry and flex it like it's real. But this almost always fails in the long run. The illusion quickly fades and people can smell desperation for attention from a mile away. And so they ultimately end up making a fool of themselves by continuing to live in this delusion where they're some kind of celebrity. Meanwhile, everyone slowly realizes that their followers are fake, their dad doesn't own a fucking airport, and they come from a broken household. And so yeah, man, it's pretty easy to look down on people like these because, I mean, just how narcissistic and shallow-minded do you have to be to go through such lengths just so you can fit in with the cool kids? But then that's the thing, man. As human beings, we all have this thing within us. And so to judge someone of their shortcomings is nothing more than a confession of your own lack of self-awareness. Ooh, that's a bar. We all have an aspect of ourselves that wants to fit in and to be accepted. But some people are just so deprived of attention and validation as children that they end up overcompensating when they grow up by turning into clout demons. It's sad because they just want to fit in too, and unfortunately, this is the only way they know how. And so instead of ridiculing them, and I know it can be tempting because they're oftentimes douchebags, just lend a helping hand. Or if you really can't, then just walk away. All right, the third group, we have the bops. Just talking about this group gives me nasty flashbacks, bro. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch my Types of College Struggles video. But yeah, these girls are basically infamous for having dated pretty much everyone in class. And so whether it's high school or in college, it's pretty much a guarantee that everyone has a story about either dating one of these girls or doing the you-know-what. And to be honest, you can't even blame the shorties. I mean, if I were a 10 out of 10 baddie living in a sexually liberated generation, God knows the kinds of whimsical activities I'd be up to. Pause. See, despite being extremely gorgeous and aesthetically pleasing to look at, these girls will take your heart and eat it for breakfast, bro. They're known for meticulously crafting the most advanced kinds of character development arcs ever. They're cold, precise, and can feel like heaven despite being on your very way down to hell. But aside from that, they're some of the realest people ever. I've often found that they have a deep understanding of the male psychology, and with that, a deep understanding of humans in general. And so as long as you don't blindly fall for one of these girls like this nigga right here, chances are you've got yourself a pretty good platonic friend. They're also almost always plagued with daddy issues, which I think drives home the point I'm trying to make about human nature. There's always a cause and effect to people's behaviors. Yeah, sure, some girls just love messing with guys' hearts, fair, but just as many, if not even more girls do this as a result of a messed up upbringing and a lack of a father figure or someone to provide proper moral guidance. And I know this is a sensitive topic for especially those who've already gotten your hearts broken, but take it from me. Or rather, take it from this guy. I know what that pain feels like, and I know just how easy it is to spread hate and slut shame the person for what they've done. But then again, slut shaming is already so prevalent in our African culture, and yet it has achieved nothing, just simply brewed more hatred. And so feel your pain, feel your hatred, and understand that whatever that hoe did to you was simply a result of cause and effect. And once you understand that, you find that your hatred naturally disappears and you're left with an even better understanding of who they are. But don't get me wrong, there is a huge difference between understanding and tolerating. Group number 4, the countrymen. These niggas are different, bro. The feats they are capable of are the types of things you only hear about in legends, bro. See, the countrymen are the people that come from the rural parts of Africa in search of better education in the city. But these guys are the real Africans, bro. Bold, traditional, and imbued with honor and strength. The countryman doesn't just come from the village to the city in search of a better life. Nah. The city goes to the countryman, bro, tasked with the crushing weight of acquiring wealth and skills so that he may one day return to the village and save his people. The village lives through him. No, it breathes through him. These men and women have to be the toughest people you'll ever come across in schools. Even the delinquents don't hold a candle to these guys, because they're able to take your darkest days of suffering and eat them for breakfast, bro. Because the typical African school punishments, such as cutting down fields of grass and digging out deep trenches, to them are nothing more than light workouts. And this is because they've grown up in the villages, bro, where farming acres of land under the burning hot sun was nothing more than a daily practice to them. With hardened, calloused hands, these people know the pain of physical labor. Hence why they take their studies very seriously, despite not always being the brightest in class. They're often clueless when it comes to modern slang or even how the city transport systems work. They get ridiculed for their outdated sense of fashion and their inability to properly operate technology. But still, the countryman stands strong in integrity and perseverance. We could all learn a thing or two from the countryman. Be like the countryman.